Should you sell your HDB right after it hits MOP, or is it better to hold on to your flat first? In this video, we'll be looking at the pros and cons of doing so, and various factors to help you decide and make a more informed choice. But before I start, do join my 9,000 members Telegram chat group to discuss or ask any questions that you may have. According to an article by Today, from 2016 to 2020, there was a rising trend of BTO flats being sold within a year of reaching MOP. For example, back in 2016, around 6.5% of flats that were being sold were newly MOP flats, and just 5 years later, this proportion more than doubled to 13.4%. So why are there more and more people selling their flats the moment it reaches MOP? Few reasons. The first is of course to cash out profits. That's because first-time HDB owners, whether it's BTO or resale flats, usually buy their house with some form of subsidy or resale grants. Stat Homes found that in recent years, 4-room BTOs were usually cheaper than the resale counterparts by about 10 to 20+%. For example, while a new Darling Hot courtyard 4-room BTO would cost around 565k to 720k, its resale counterparts cost 300k more. Besides that, Stat Homes also went one step further and did a study to see how much you could profit if you were to sell your BTO flats within 2 years of reaching MOP. And what they found was that across both mature and non-mature estates, while the profit margins have been decreasing over the years, you could still profit quite a bit when selling your new flat. For example, back in the early 2000s, those who purchased 4-room BTO flats in mature estates saw more than 100% gains when they sold their flats. And by 2012, this fell to around 66%. Likewise, for non-mature estates, BTO profits have also fallen from the highs of over 200% returns to between 68% to 112% returns. However, even when the profit margins have reduced, it is still a steady PPP profit, ranging from 200k to 300k for flats in non-mature estates to as high as 500k for mature estates. That's easily higher than the average return of the S&P 500 leh. And this is just the unit itself without any grants. If you are buying a BTO as a family, you can currently get up to 80k worth of grants, or if you are buying a resale, you can get up to 190k worth of grants. And the best part, you generally get to keep all this money even after selling away your flat. Yes, I know you have to return that money to your CPF account, but your CPF money is still your money and you get to reuse all that money when you buy your next house. Though, this comes with two exceptions. One, if you sell your first BTO and buy a second BTO or EC directly from HDB, you have to pay a resale levy of up to 55k. And two, if your BTO is classified as a plus or prime flat, you will need to pay back a portion of the profits when you sell your HDB. Though, those flats also come with higher amounts of subsidies. Besides cashing in on the profits, the other reason as to why HDB flat owners look to sell their flats after reaching MOP is because they feel it's better to upgrade as soon as possible to avoid getting priced out from their dream home. Again, Stat Homes did a study and found that the per square feet price gap between condos and HDBs have been slowly going up throughout the years. For example, back in 2013, the price gap was around 200%, and now it's above 200%. And if you look at the prices in absolute terms, the amounts that you have to pay to upgrade also goes up as well, from an average of $1 million back in 2013 to $1.5 million in 2023. As a result, Orange Tea found that over the years, there's been a steady decline in HDB upgraders purchasing condos, partly due to rising property prices as well as increasingly stricter cooling measures. Basically, the longer you wait to upgrade, the more expensive it will be to upgrade in the future. Quick pause. If you are looking to trade options, you can check out Webull. Webull charges a low fee of just 55 cents per contract and 0 platform fees, which is cheaper than many of the other brokers out there. Besides that, Webull also lets you streamline the options trading process by having a whole corner of app dedicated to options. For example, there's option statistics and probability analysis tools, where you'll be able to view data such as volume distribution, volume analysis to help you better analyze your probability of success even before making a trade. There's also the 0DTE Options Center, where you'll be able to easily track net premium trends of long and short option contracts to quickly locate investment opportunities. Right now, Webull is running an options trading promo, where both new and existing users will get to enjoy US options free commission whenever you trade a minimum of 100 option contracts monthly. In Webu's latest welcome promo, if you use my exclusive link to sign up, fund, and trade, and fulfill the respective criteria, you'll be eligible to get up to $400 cash vouchers. You can also get up to 7% per annum yield for USD Money Boo when you fund a cap of $100,000 for up to 90 days, where you can potentially untap a yield of $1,750. This promotion is eligible for new users only. Otherwise, if you are an existing user who has not transferred any shares into Webu before, you can take part in the Transfer In promo, where you can get anywhere between $50 to $1,500 trading vouchers when you fulfill the requirements. So if you are interested in taking your investing to the next level, do sign up to Webu using my link down below. Alright, let's get back to the video. Monetary reasons aside, the other reason why someone would want to upgrade is because they have either outgrown their current flat or are just looking for a new flat to fit their current lifestyle. For example, maybe when you've got your first home as a couple, you don't need a lot of space, as someone has once said. However, as you have more kids or fur kids, or you have hoarded a bunch of stuff from Shopee sales each month, in that case, moving to a new home would give you a bigger living space that you need. And of course, when you upgrade to a condo, you will get the additional benefit of exclusive access to amenities such as swimming pools, gyms, tennis courts, as well as better security. Besides that, location is also a rather important factor for upgrading your property, as that will affect a huge part of your lifestyle and quality of life. Like whether you live in a neighborhood that is well connected with good amenities nearby, or somewhere where birds won't even lay eggs. For example, these 2 February 2022 BTO projects in Yishun are super affordable, with 4-room flats coming in at 270k to 374k without any grants. But in order to go from the nearest MRT to here, you will need to take a feeder bus on a whopping 20 minutes journey. And while there are a few childcare centers nearby, in order to look for food or buy your groceries, you will need to head to the nearest Junction 9 mall. Not the Bishan one I mean the Yishun one, which is a 10 minutes walk away, or a 20 minutes bus ride to North Point City. Likewise, there's Tengah, which has been in the news lately for various reasons, such as the lack of connectivity, grocery, and dining options, as well as the infamous indoor waterfalls, which has made it inconvenient for those early residents who have moved in. Though, of course, all this will gradually improve as time goes by. That's why, unsurprisingly, a survey by HProp found that most of the homeowners are willing to pay more to live near MRT stations, supermarkets, as well as affordable food choices, as that will save them a ton of headache and time when heading out. Okay, while selling your flat after MOP sounds awesome and attractive, there are of course a few downsides that come with it as well. One, if you intend to upgrade to a private property and live the Singaporean dream, just be mindful that you'll be inflating your lifestyle, as you will need to fork out more money in order to live in the property. For example, if you currently live in a 4-room flat with a floor area of 990 to 1,100 square feet and are looking to upgrade to a similar sized resale condo in the OCR, you could be looking at property prices ranging from $1.3 million to $1.5 million. For example, let's say you buy this Sibei Nice condo for $1.47 million. Assuming you borrow the full amount with a 4% interest rate, your monthly mortgage would be around 5.2k. In comparison, the mortgage of a 4-room HDB resale flat with the 2.6% HDB loan, your monthly mortgage would only be around 1.7k to 2.8k, which is a lot more affordable. Besides that, there are also other recurring costs for living in a condo, such as condo maintenance fees, which averages around $300 to $700 a month, or in some cases, even more, depending on factors such as the size of your condo and the amenities. Then there's also the higher property tax. For example, the median annual value of a 4-room HDB is around $12,480, whereas for a non-landed private property, is at $27,400. So if you do a quick calculation, you are actually paying 4 times the property tax as compared to staying in an HDB. And on top of that, condo owners won't get to enjoy all those USAVE and SNCC rebates, which are only available for HDB households. Yes, while that few $100 is not exciting, I guess every little bit helps. Besides that, there will be disruptions everywhere. For example, 1. You will need to go through the whole tedious process of hunting your home, signing tons of paperwork, renovation, moving home, and so on, which is super mafan, yeah? Considering the fact that you have just done that 5 years ago and you have to do all of that again now. Also, if you have a kid, moving to a new home would require you to find another new school, and possibly a dulan kid who have to say goodbye to all his friends and teachers. As for you, you will also need to get used to a new place, a new routine, and a new travel route to go to work. Okay, here are my thoughts. After speaking to Eric Chu, aka Property Millionaire, aka Huat Gui, I certainly do see the appeal of upgrading as soon as you can to quickly build your wealth and what big. However, you also need to keep in mind 2 things. 1. Upgrading to a new home is a big financial commitment, not just because the monthly mortgage is higher, but also because you'll be servicing the mortgage for the next 20 plus years, during which you are not allowed to stop working, not allowed to be critically sick, and have to be extra careful if you are planning to start some business or something. Because if touch wood anything happens, you end up being unable to pay the monthly mortgage. Personally, I feel that there are many other things in life that you can strive for, instead of just chasing the next big property and earning your next pot of gold. For example, you can be financially free and have the freedom to do what you want in life without having the stress and worries of paying a bigger mortgage. 2. While property prices in Singapore may seem like it only goes in one direction, just remember that nothing is guaranteed. For example, there were actually a few periods where property prices either stay flat or even decline. Who knows, maybe this uptrend will continue forever? Or maybe it won't. That's why you need to make sure you have the holding power to tide through any situation, such as rising interest rates or a job loss. Anyway, there was a quick analysis about options available for your HDB flats after MOP. As everyone's housing situation is different, it is best to review your current situation to see which is best suited for your lifestyle, and don't anyhow decide due to FOMO, yeah? Anyway, hopefully you found this useful. Like, share and subscribe, as I'll be posting new videos every Monday, Wednesday and Friday.